Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us as we begin this new week about excuses and making excuses. And it's something that really, I don't know, all of us do at one point or another. There was an interesting story. Greg and I were talking, and there was a person, I'm not going to talk about any names, but a person who kind of laid into him, and, you know, he was very gracious about it. I was very proud of him, genteel and so on. And the person later, you know, recognized that they were a little harsher than needed to be, and they called to apologize, which was the right thing. It was awesome. And Greg was telling me, he's like, I appreciated that. It was sweet that they did that. They didn't need to, but they did it anyways. It was the right thing. But then they covered that apology with excuses about having had a hard week and stressful and, you know, things are busy and all that kind of stuff. And Greg and I just kind of chuckle because people are busy, but nobody's busier than we are, right? Nobody is more stressed than we do. Nobody puts stuff on themselves more than we do. And it's, you know, we're always grinding. So we're always pushing. And so there's always pressure and stress. And that's not permission to behave inappropriately. But we as human beings default to pushing it back somewhere else, or worse, onto someone else. This happens right from the outset. You know, in Genesis, we've gone through it a million times. When Adam and Eve are in the garden, right? They eat the tree that they're not supposed to. They disobey God's commandment. And he comes and questions them. What have you done? What does Adam say? He gives like the first and the great excuse. The woman you gave me tricked me and I ate, right? The woman that you gave me took from the tree, gave it to me, and I ate. And so he's not saying, you know what, Lord, I screwed up, sorry. He's saying the woman made me do it. Oh, and by the way, you gave her to me. It's your fault and her fault. I mean, like, it's absurd, right? Now, ladies, don't get all sassy. Like, see, that's how guys are. Because the very next verse, the woman says, the snake gave it to me, right? Like, so both of them passing it right away, passing responsibility, not owning their behavior, their decisions, and therefore the outcomes. Now, the problem with this is be a man. I mean, like, it's hard, and I get it, and sometimes, you know, eating crows stinks. You got to swallow your pride, and it burns a little, and, you know, some people may speak evil or wickedly against you, but it's your job to stand up, to man up, to woman up, and get some by taking responsibility for your behavior. See, that's the key thing. You cannot ever relinquish control of your behavior to anyone or anything else, because when you do, you are out of control, right? To be in control, and I'm not talking about being control freak, but I am saying to be in control of all things in your life. You got to own it. Own it, like, ferociously. Every single word you speak, thought you think, action you take, they're yours. And nobody or nothing else made you do that, right? They are your actions, thoughts, and words to take responsibility for. And so you know what? When you own it, you might feel that burn initially, but then all of a sudden you're going to start to notice a change inside you. You're going to say, wait a minute, I actually manned up or womaned up and took it. You know, I took responsibility, and wow, people respected me more because of it. They actually thought more highly of me because I took responsibility, because I was willing to own it, right? It's fun to own the good things you do, the successes you have, but you also have to get a little unfun and own the uncomfortable things. Now the rest of and your mistakes, right? So the rest of this week, we're going to talk about excuses, don't make them, owning, you know, responsibility, all that kind of stuff. But I want you not to waste another moment, because I know that you want to move forward in your own life and learn how to own your own mistakes and take responsibility for your life, so you can control the direction towards becoming an exceptional human being. Visit here, warriorsaints.org. When you get there, you're going to subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. We've done a lot of work on this because of our own lives and just the people that we encounter. One such lesson we have is called Own It. I mean, we title it Own It. Once you subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint, search for Own It, boom. We've got another one, How to Handle Acute Stress, right? How to Handle Acute Stress. An entire, it's a mini series, that one, and there's an entire lesson on responsibility. So like, there's no more waiting, right? You can't make the excuse that, well, I'll do it tomorrow. It's today, bro. You got to start now. If you're looking to become exceptional, you cannot give yourself even 1 inch of wiggle room. You've been ready. Do it. Visit, click. There's 3 things. Click Way of the Warriors or warriorsaints.org. 2, when you get there, subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. 3, watch the videos Own It or Acute Stress, How to Handle Acute Stress, and let's get on the path of being responsible warrior saints. Love ya. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.